Hi, I'm Novice Sister Selma because sex work is real work and should be legalized and protected. Welcome to Selma Says, a video series where I interview members of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. And we discuss a variety of topics from gay stuff to politics. For those of you who don't know, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence is a charity organization where members take vows to promulgate universal joy and expiate stigmatic guilt. We are here for our community to foster hope, creativity, and wellness. Before we begin, I would like to pop in a disclaimer that this is not Pride, it's not a family show. Topics and names might offend the easily offended. And by that, I mean small-minded bigots who don't like drag nuns. With all that, let's get started today. I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Sister Ursala Morecock, because everybody loves Morecock.
And what house are you from?
I'm with the Emerald City Sisters. I am a founder of the Emerald City Sisters in Wichita, Kansas.
Perfect. And how long have you been a sister?
I became a sister in late 2018.
Okay,
So
perfect.
it's been a few years.
Yeah, a few years for sure. And then what does sistering mean to you?
Sistering to me means helping the community, being in the community, understanding how you can advocate for the community, and really it's to allow people to have joy in their life, to bring joy to the community, bring joy to individuals, and just to be present in the community.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we will go ahead and get started with our topic. So do you want to draw from our topic bowl?
I will draw something deep and dirty.
Yeah. And you can read it out. There's a little prompt with the question.
If I can read. Well, I didn't bring my glasses, so
I can read it. Do you want me to read it, or you can
No.
read it? Okay.
Major airline Southwest known for its bag-free, fly-free, and open seating policy, is doing away with both of these in the very near future. How do you see this impacting the company? What is your preferred airlines? Where do you like to travel to? Well, since 9/11, I hate traveling by plane. I absolutely hate traveling by plane.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer to go, or by plane. I would prefer to go by train.
Okay.
Train travel is so much fun.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so much fun, and it's a lot cheaper than flying.
Okay, and where do you like to go when you take the train?
So the last couple of train trips I took a trip from Newton, Wichita to Chicago.
Okay.
That was fun. And then before that, me and my husband took a trip to Albuquerque from Newton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There and back. It's a 14-hour ride one way. But there's a dining car and there's a sleeper car, and even the basic seating on a train is like first class on an airplane, because the seats recline all the way back, and the footrests come up, and you can each seat has 2 plugs in it, so you can plug in your laptop or plug in your phone or whatever for the whole entire trip. It is great. I love it.
Okay, awesome.
But as far as Southwest, I don't know that it's going to affect Southwest so much if they don't raise this. They are also known as a very a very inexpensive flight. And with having bag fees and seating fees, well, seating is one of the reasons I don't like Southwest, because it's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
I don't normally take check bags because every airline has check bag fees. And I would just prefer carry-on, so I don't have to pay the fees. But if they raise their fees because of seating and because of bag fees, then they will probably just disappear, I would guess.
Yeah, I fly Southwest when I go to Denver, which I go to Denver pretty frequently. I have some friends out there. And then I fly American when I go to Dallas, which is where my other friend lives. And I go to Dallas and Denver probably 2 or 3 times a year, flying, because it's just too far of a drive for me. I don't like to drive that far by myself. If I had a passenger princess, then I would drive. But
well,
Yeah.
well, if Amtrak they've been working on a connection between Newton and Oklahoma City.
Oh.
So if they get that connection between Newton and Oklahoma City, then you'd be able to get on the train in Wichita and take the train down to Dallas.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yes, because there is currently a train that goes from Oklahoma City to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
So you could drive to Oklahoma City and then take the train the rest of the way, but it's only another 3.5 hours to Dallas. So it's not a big deal. But you would absolutely love train travel. If the first time you do it and find out that it's like cheaper than driving and cheaper than flying, and you don't have to drive.
Yeah.
Train travel is definitely the way to go.
All right. So there's your plug for Amtrak, everybody.
I love Amtrak. Become an Amtrak member.
Yeah. Where
get those miles?
Do you have a place that you like to travel to, like a yearly trip or something?
Not necessarily a yearly trip. If I'm traveling somewhere, I try to see if there's an easy way to get there by train first, instead of flying. If I have to fly, I will probably end up trying to figure out how to drive because I really hate going through the airport. But if the Cheeto and the Nazi try to get rid of TSA like they're planning on, it might make flying a whole lot easier. Who knows? I hate to say they do something good, but
I didn't know that they were looking at getting rid of that.
They're looking at getting rid of everything.
Oh my gosh, it's just ridiculous.
So if they can get rid of TSA, that would actually. Why do we need TSA to fly inside the United States? I don't understand. If you're flying from Dallas to Tulsa, why do you need to go through TSA? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
It's true. It just. TSA has done nothing except make everybody strip and just I don't see it. I don't see it as a. I mean, the many times I've been through TSA, like why? I mean, seriously.
Yeah. TSA does suck for sure. And it just like feels like it takes forever. And I find it's really hard to find like a happy or positive TSA agent. They're always so grumpy, I find.
If you had to deal with as many people who don't believe that TSA is doing anything as they do, it's worse than the DMV.
As here we are bagging on the TSA.
Well, I mean, yeah, I understand it gives jobs to a lot of people, and it's probably something that could be used for international travel. I understand that. But domestically, I don't see that it's doing anything other than making people throw out their toothpaste and throw out their hand lotion. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. No, absolutely. For sure. Okay, I will pick this next topic. Oh, this one's fun. Okay. Thanks to anti-vax nut jobs, measles is on the rise, especially with children who are unvaccinated. Kansas has 6 cases with ages ranging from an infant to 17, all who are unvaccinated. What is your hot take on anti-vaxxers? But you have a hot take on anti-vaxxers.
I think that public health is a very important thing. The hot take I have on anti-vaxxers is that anti-vaxxers want to have their own freedom to not take vaccines if they don't want to. Yet they want to legislate what other people do for their health reasons. They want to legislate against abortion, and they want to legislate against trans youth having gender affirming care. Yet they say that we should have the freedom to not take a vaccine since it's not hurting anybody else. Well, that's exactly what everybody else is doing. They're trying to do what's best for them. Communicable diseases are a very dangerous thing. Measles kills. Gender affirming care does not kill. Abortion does not kill. It's a fetus. It's not a baby. Honestly, it's a parasite.
It's a parasite.
So gender affirming care and abortion care and women's health care is very important for people, for their own health.
Yeah.
And vaccines, people who are against vaccines are doing it for their own health, yet impacting the general public
Yeah.
And therefore, I feel that not all vaccines should be required. I mean, flu vaccine. I don't take the flu vaccine. I never have taken the flu vaccine. Well, I can't say that. I have taken it once, and it gave me the flu. So I don't take the flu vaccine. But there are people who need to take the flu vaccine. It should be your choice. But when it came to COVID, I got as many shots as were available because I didn't want to have respiratory problems. I didn't want to have, and I don't know. Vaccine it's a touchy subject. It really is. But I don't believe that you can be anti-vax and anti-choice and anti-gender affirming care.
Yeah.
If you're anti-vax, because it's an oxymoron. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, I'm going to be anti-vax and it's my right, and then say you can't do that because, I'm telling you can't do that. The Bible says you shouldn't. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So that's my hot take on it.
Okay.
That, and if their children get sick and get the measles and die, well, they'll just make more.
Yeah, that's true. And I think I watched an interview.
I know that wasn't politically correct, but holy crap! If children should be protected.
Yes.
And by being an anti-vaxxer, you are not protecting your children.
Yeah.
And you're not helping other parents protect their children.
Yeah. And
children should not die for the stupidity of their parents. I mean, that's...
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I don't know, I really struggle with, obviously, people who make the decision to not vaccinate a child for measles or something when it's been around for so long and there's science behind the vaccine that proves that this is a safe, valid vaccine that literally saves people's lives because measles will kill you.
I mean, what happens when they stop giving out the polio vaccine and polio starts making a comeback?
Yeah. Polio
has been around since, I don't even remember when they came out with the polio vaccine. And it's just mind-boggling that millions and millions and millions of kids around the world have taken these vaccines and have not had very few ill effects because of it.
Yeah. Well, and it's just there's so much disinformation about vaccines that it's just astonishing, and you have people who are leading our country that are anti-vax, which is just ridiculous.
Yes, I agree. Brainworm guy.
Yeah, brainworm guy. JFK Jr., right?
RFK Jr. Yeah.
Well, we have time for another topic if you want to draw another topic.
Sure, let's make it something fun, because are there fun topics in here?
I think there are some fun ones in there. You just have to find them.
Just have to find one. Make it a short one. Okay, what does this say? Oh, no, not this one.
We don't have to say.
With the nicer weather, some gay cruise the parks for anonymous sex. What is your hot take on cruising? Well,
a time-honored tradition in the community.
It is a time-honored tradition in the community. Yes. The many partners I've had over the years, I told them straight out, if you want to go cruise the park, that's your business. But if you get caught, I'm not bailing you out of jail.
You heard that here. Do not call Sister Ursala.
Do not call me to bail you out of jail if you get caught in the park. Now, that being said, those in the parks are consenting adults.
Yeah.
And what they do is their own business.
Yeah.
But publicly, you shouldn't have the possibility of exposing other people to your sexual activity that don't want to be involved in your sexual activity. I just think it's I do not I don't judge anybody for their sexual activities, except when it comes to having sex in public. you should not be subjecting other people to things that they don't want to see just by the chance that they're there. So, you know, find a bathroom stall that's enclosed.
Yeah.
Go to your car. Cruising out in the park where innocent bystanders could walk by and catch you doing something that they would find offensive is really unfortunate. And now there are people who are into voyeurism, and that's totally cool. I understand that. Several friends who are into that, and they want to see it going on. I don't know. Maybe cruisy park that is. Maybe if parks were specifically assigned for cruising in them for specific reasons, and that the general public knew that was the place to go.
Yeah.
And then if they were going to happen upon something that was happening, then they knew they were going to happen upon something that was going to happen. I don't think sex should be criminalized, and I just think I don't know, it's just bad to have people happen upon it when they weren't expecting to see it and they didn't really want to see it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, have some respect
where you're at.
Have some respect for other people.
Yeah.
So that's my hot take on cruising the parks.
On cruising the parks.
Can't say that I've never done that because I do some traveling.
I do some traveling. It's a very exciting activity for sure. I can see the allure of it.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think you raised some really good points about the possibility, which I think is like the reason, like the places that I'm aware of are almost like exclusively for like that. Like it's obviously not like posted in the Wichita Eagle where to cruise.
I hope
but
and the cruising parks in Wichita have changed.
Yeah.
They move around. I mean, not move around. They've changed over time. And I don't know if that's because of the city of Wichita Arborist Society or Arborist group that cut trees or do pruning have changed the way you can hide in the bushes, or if it's just changed with demographics. I'm not sure, but it has. There have been different parks. I have heard that O.J. Watson Park used to be a cruisy park, but when I drive by it down on South Amadon, it's really open. I can't imagine how you would cruise in that park. Now, Riverside, I see a lot of people parking on the little Riverside thing near the canal or near the little Arkansas, and I'm like, there's an awful lot of people who are just sitting here. I'm wondering what
doing a lot of sitting.
Doing a lot of sitting. And then for a while it was Sims Park. Well, I drove through Sims Park and somebody said, that's the cruisy park. And I went, no, I didn't know that. Don't know of any of the cruisy parks in Wichita, so I really don't know.
Yeah. There are definitely a couple that I'm familiar with. And you even have it on Sniffies. Are you familiar with Sniffies?
I've heard of it, but I haven't downloaded the app.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about Sniffies.
But on Sniffies, they have locations for public cruising.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it always talks. There's always a disclaimer on there. It's in your purse.
I was doing a thing.
Oh, you were doing a thing. I'm sorry.
That's not my phone. That's your phone.
Yes. I thought you forgot. But yeah, that's my hot take on that. I can see the allure and understand the excitement that it is. So now we've come to a part of the show called Ask a Sister. So for everybody watching this show welcomes interaction. So if you have a question for a sister or have a topic that you want to know what we think about something, submit them by commenting on this video. So we'll empty out the bowl, freshen up like I said, there aren't a whole lot because we want people to submit their questions.
Okay. Let's see what they say. What is your favorite thing about sistering? Well, my favorite thing about sistering is seeing people light up when I'm there. To see how like at pride events or at just at the bar when we're doing bar ministry, the people who were like, oh, the sisters are here, how wonderful, it's so great that the sisters are here. Just to be affirming and to be bringing joy to people's life, that's the best part of sistering to me. It really is wonderful,
because that's like your mission is to bring joy, so then to actually see the joy is really a great thing. I think for me, my favorite thing about sistering so far, because I'm still very new to this, is just being able to engage with the community and seeing how people react differently. And I think I've really enjoyed seeing how the sisters interact with the community. Like when that woman wanted to pray with you and you were very respectful at the Krampus Fest.
The Krampus Fest.
And like that one little queer came up to us and was like, I'm so glad you're here. Just to let you know, there's this crazy lady walking around praying with people at the Krampus Fest. Because she doesn't
Okay.
Yeah. So just like seeing the different interactions that happen with the community, for me, is what I really enjoy about sistering. So thank you all so much for watching, and Ursula, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
For discussing some fun topics from, like I said, everything from gay stuff to politics. So we will see you next time. This will be a video series. And next time I will have Sister Sticky Peaches, which I'm really excited about having her.
What was that they changed her name to? Sticky Peaches?
I believe so. That's what I thought.
It used to be Peaches Alamo.
It used to
now
be Peaches.
She's Sticky.
No,
Sticky
she might be
Peaches.
Sticky.
Sticky
I'm not sure.
Peaches, okay.
But she will be joining me, and she will be our next guest. So like I said, please comment, like, and subscribe like the thirsty content creators ask you to do. So go ahead and do those things, and we'll see you next time on Selma Says.